What's up, everyone? It's Grayson23 here, and I am back. I'm really bored because moving, and I just decided to make this video because I haven't posted in a while. There's no Wi-Fi, can't use Instagram, no one's texting me, so. Anyways, today I just thought I thought I would share crazy stories that I had. There's a lot of stories that I had at like schools, C camp, just around the neighborhood in general. Let me try to find a better angle. Yes, a better angle. Can you finish the paper right there? So, as everybody papaya. Nope. Why? Oh, so frustrating. Alright, after 20 minutes of trying to find a good spot with good lighting, this is the best I came up with. It's hard to do YouTube videos at like, what time is it? At 3:30 p.m. No, never mind. Alright. Yeah, I was talking about crazy stories. Alright, so I still have a skewer. Ooh, look at that magic. Ooh. Yeah, that is not the point. Okay. Probably the most painful, crazy story that I have was in 3rd grade. So I was sharpening a pencil like any other 3rd grader would do. And, well, the pencil shavings got like caught in since it was electric pencil sharpener, the shavings got stuck in there. I'm like, I need to clean it out because it was jammed, and it went and it like messed up my pinky. And I remember I told no one about what happened because I was like embarrassed by it, but it was really, really, really bad because like I almost screamed so loud in class because they were doing my class was doing a test at the time, and it was like, if I would have screamed, that would have been so bad. My sister did the same exact thing in 3rd grade, or 2nd, I don't know. Anyways, to the next story. The next crazy story it isn't like that crazy, but it's bizarre because, I was about to spoil the whole thing. Okay. So in 5th grade, I would always ride my bike to school, morning, night, day, I don't know. Anyways, I was like really into BMX riding and mountain biking, and there's like it's a new road. It was like not paved yet, and I would ride like down and back on these sharp rocks, and I would go like off like rock ramps with like really sharp rocks on it. And I popped my tire 6 times, and then I had to get a new outside of the tire, outside the tire twice because it kept like popping through it, and like because I was riding off the rocks. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm sorry. Yeah. Next story. The next story, it kind of brings me to like where all the paranormal stuff started happening. It was where I was at C camp. C camp is this place that you go for camp. You get to skip school, and it's really awesome. And it's like where you learn about like sea animal, ocean things, and dissect really cool things. You go on boat rides. And anyways, there's this Camp Ghost where, because we share like bunks with the Boy Scouts as an overnight camp. We share the bunks with the Boy Scouts, and one says, people keep saying at the sea camp ghost, like at the time, it was like 5 years ago or so, I don't know. The Boy Scouts was in there. He walked out of the room where all the bunks were, and he walked into the bay because it's right next to like the bay and stuff. And he walked in, and they say that he drowned, and our staff member that sat in there to make sure that we weren't like screwing around till like 3 in the morning. He said because he slept with the Boy Scouts, not like in the same bed, but like there was different bunks and stuff. And I really apologize if this lighting sucks a lot. Okay. Anyways, so he heard him go out, so he walked out with him, and then he said there was no one. The Boy Scout was nowhere to be found, and so he went back to bed, and it just kept him like up really weird, and then he started hearing like slappings on the wall, and he went outside obviously, and he saw the ghost, and because there were like white marks all over the boys' scout, not the scout, the like the boys' building where they slept, and he kept looking for him, and then he saw him show up again. He touched his shoulder, and the boy was gone. Of course, probably none of you believe this, but if you watch my other videos, then you might believe it. And thanks. Oh, it's just a pump. Okay, and he touched his shoulder, and the boy just like teleported somewhere into the hallway where no one was allowed, not even the staff, and he could just like I keep hearing your noise. Anyways, but like I forgot what I was saying. Okay, now I remember. Do I really? Oh yeah, he was in the place where no one was allowed and none of the staff, and our sea camp, the sea camp guy was like, "Hey, you're not allowed to be up here. Go back to sleep." And then he just closed his eyes. Well, the Boy Scout closed it. No. The sea camp guy closed his eyes. Like he blinked for like 3 seconds to see if he was dreaming or not. And at those 3 seconds, the ghost just vanished. So he went back to the dorm. That's what it's called, a dorm. And he's like, well, that's really weird. I must have been dreaming. So he went back to sleep. And then he said like an hour or two later, he just heard pitter-patter all around it. And he woke up suddenly, and like no one was there. Like he checked every one of the bunks. Everyone was a boy that was there, except a boy that went into the bay. And he said that they see them every 5 years, and like all of the sea camp members that work there have seen him, and you could tell that like you can still see the handprints on the walls, and they power washed it, they've scrubbed it with soap, they've like poured vinegar on it, and it hasn't came off since like 5 years ago. And it was just a bizarre story. If you believe it, thanks. Next story. I have moved places again because I just can't seem to get good lighting. This seems like a better, it looks like I'm on email, but I'm not. Anyways, this isn't like a really crazy story, but it's just like a little funny story that I did like a month or two ago. Just really fun. Okay, so I was just riding my bike around the neighborhood, and this lady, like, looks like she has like issues or something, and not to offend anyone, but is that dirt? That's just for my... Anyways, she was just like, Noah, is that you? Noah, is that you? And I keep hearing footsteps. Anyways, she's like, Noah, is that you? Noah, is that you? And I just keep riding, and I stop, look behind me, and the lady, like, this close to me, because I was on my bike, and she just full out hugs me, and, like, in the middle of nowhere, I'm like, who are you? And she's like, oh, you're not Noah, and it was like, it was so funny though. Might not be funny the way I said it, but it was really funny at the time. Next study. Okay, this one is just like it's kind of weird. So I was in class one day, just like, hey, my seat is so boring. I want to go somewhere in the classroom that is not my seat because the seats in my class suck. They're like this tall. I'm sitting down, like crisscross. Cannot do that in skinny jeans. Anyway, I was like, why not I go work somewhere else? I don't know why I did this. Now looking back on it, it's really dumb, but like it was a sick place. I don't know why I got in trouble for it, but I kind of understand why. Okay, so first of all, I have a sink in my classroom, and it has a curtain underneath it where they store like the paper towels and tissues and stuff. There is room for me to slide into it, like the DM. Okay. Anyways, but there's room for me like to slide in there and like do my work. And I'm like to my friend Sarah, hey, come here, look where I'm at. She's like, what, where are you? Looking all around. And I grab her ankle and she's like, what? And she's like, oh my God, I can't believe you can fit in there. And I'm like, shh, go tell someone else. Just make sure they won't tell on me. And she told a girl named Kate. And she's like, okay. She goes look under there and walks away like, hey, that's so funny. And then my teacher's like, why are you laughing at that? And then Laylee's like, oh, because Grayson's under there. And I got like in so much trouble for it. I mean, I don't know why, because I was doing my work. Ow. But it was really lit while it was. I mean, not to name names, Owen was there first. Yeah, okay. Anyways, alright, the very last story that I'm gonna tell you, it was so long back, I don't know if it's still on my channel. Like a year or two, go away, fly. A year or two ago, me and AJ went to my house that was being built. Like, it was all wood. And we went there at 1 or 2 in the morning. Sorry, not 1 or 2. I was thinking of another thing. We went there around 9 or 10. Whoa, the wind is crazy today. Sorry, that's moving the spookiness. So we went to my house when it was like all wood, late at night, and there was no one there, because like all the houses around us was still being built. Like no one lived in the neighborhood at the time, and the gates were all like shut off. Like no one could get in there, because like that, the gate on the front side, and there's just no way to get into it if you didn't have a password. And we were there, we were just like checking things out, and we played the one-man hide-and-seek challenge with Toad. I'll check down if I still have that on my channel. And we were just hanging around, and we just went to look at this other one-story house that was being built. I was like, hello. Alright. Sorry, my dad was like, hey, clean up the wood. Anyways, we were there, we were looking at the one-story house that was like a diagonal to the house that we were looking in. And so we look in there, we go into the backyard, we open up the door of it, because like that one was like almost finished, and we just like hear like running like all over the neighborhood. So we go outside and there's nothing there. So we keep walking around like to see if we see anything. And there's this guy with like the Friday the 13th mask, like the hockey mask, I think it is. Mask, I don't know how to speak. And we run because we're scared, obviously. And we hide behind this like wood barrel thing. It was really weird. And we look back, no one's there. We're like, oh, that was just our mind messing with us. And then we review the footage, and there is a guy actually with a Friday the 13th mask. And we're like, oh no, like someone else is there that we don't know, that could harm us. So we go around just looking. We see nothing. And then we head back to the car, and something really weird happens, like, how do I explain it? Like, you kind of see, like, a mask, like, underneath the car. So we pull it out, we look at it, and we chuck it somewhere, and we see where it lands. And then we open the car door, and we look back, it's not there. And we're like, oh, no, someone else is, like, watching us. So we look around one last time, and this